saw a movie.
Now that I've been out of town for 2 days, I kind of thought maybe I would be happier to see you, but I'm not.
Fuck you. Just start right off with the insult. I think I'm gonna quit. I don't have anything
kind of
better
thought
to do.
maybe I'll be in a better mood when I open the door and walk in the house, but turns out I wasn't. I'm in a worse mood. So
This is just warm up. We're trying to get personalities.
I have a personality. I just don't think it's going to be a very likable one right now.
Well, that's my problem.
Well, that's always your problem. That's your shtick, though. That's what you do. If you were more likable, I don't know if this would work anymore.
Yeah, because if you're too likable, nobody wants to listen.
No, if you're too likable, I don't know. I'm the likable one. You're the funny, weird, annoying one.
Yeah.
Like, if you were more likable, what would that make me?
I'm the one with better taste.
No.
You just have more elitist taste.
I have a refined taste.
Yeah.
But dude, I'm serious though. I'm tired of getting the I'm a snob. Like I have there's very rare occasion of things like I'm not going to go see Hellfest because I'm
not going to see Hellfest.
Right. See? So but like why does that make me a snob and not you? If I say I don't want to see Hellfest, I get labeled the snob.
Because I think even people who like horror movies can realize that that's not going to be the greatest one.
But I sit down and watch anything. Like, we've had more conversations recently about movies you didn't want to see than movies I didn't want to see.
Possibly.
So why is that? Why am I still the snob? Because you'll watch any shitty old thing on Netflix?
Because I give up on trying to get you to watch things because you just won't. Even you'll say you will on here, but you never do it. You won't get around.
Time is a thing. I mean, not everybody gets to sit around all day.
I actually make an effort to see the movies you recommend.
I mean, you didn't want to see A Simple Plan. You didn't want to see Fahrenheit 11/9.
But yes, I was tired of Michael Moore. I like him, but he's annoying. It gets to a point where it's all about him. And it's like, okay, you're smart, I guess, but can you get off the camera? I mean, he gets bigger and bigger. Okay, now I'm fat shaming. I'm sorry.
Hold on. You're accusing Michael Moore of having everything be about him.
Yes.
That's coming from you.
What do you mean? This show is all about you.
It is not all about me.
It's all about you making fun of me. That's the show.
See, it's all about you. You made it all about you. The show's all about you making fun of me. Let me provide comedy.
I pick on you, but you make fun of me. I nag you, possibly.
We can look at a list of movies that are out in theaters right now and decide who's more snob, because I will see anything. Well, not anything. I'll say anything.
I will watch the first 15 minutes of anything.
Yeah.
With the... I want to say with the allowance, but like you, if you know that you have this rule, and I think this is why you hesitate to watch some of those movies that I'm talking about you're not watching, because you know if you start watching it, you're not going to stop. And if it sucks, even if you know in the first 5 minutes, you're just going to be tortured for an hour and a half. Me, I have a thing where if it sucks, I will stop watching it.
Yeah. So you'll watch the first 15 minutes of something, and then you'll tell people, I saw that movie, I hated it, it was terrible.
Yeah.
We only saw 15 minutes of it.
Well, I'll tell them I only saw 15 minutes of it and left.
It's a conversation with Brett. I saw the... I saw that. It was predictable. I saw the ending first.
I have done that before.
I know you have. It was predictable. I saw the ending first. Well, of course, now that you know how it ends, it's predictable.
I've never said that. You're just combining different things I said into a joke.
I'm not making a joke.
If I think a movie's gonna suck, but I'm iffy on the fence that I want to see it, then I'll watch the ending to be sure that it won't piss me off.
You remind me of Harry from When Harry Met Sally. When I'm reading a book, I read the last page first. That way, in case I die before I finish it, I know how it ends.
Well, that's not why I do it. I've got in the habit of reading magazines backwards.
What?
Well,
why?
Okay, because in Japan,
I know that
they do everything backwards.
But that's what I was about to say. Are you Japanese? But why are you reading things backwards? This is America.
I just started doing it because all the ads and stuff. When I went from beginning to end, it seemed like I wasn't till the middle to end of the magazine before I got the stuff I wanted. So I started reading from the last page to the middle because all the crap was at the beginning.
Why didn't you just
all
start
the ads and stuff?
Why didn't you just start at the middle and work your way?
Because you never know. You got to flip the ads to get the middle, and that's annoying. But here's the thing:
you're reading things backwards, though.
There's some magazines released in America that they're Japanese magazines that are translated to American, but so they're backwards. I mean, it's mostly, I think it's like, what do you call it? Japan, what do you call it?
Hold on a second.
J-pop, Japanese.
I've never in my life seen you have a magazine.
Well, this is back when there were Borders and Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble doesn't exist anymore, I don't think.
10 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
You're talking about something as if it happened this week. That was 10 years ago.
I'm saying when I did read magazines, when I got out of the house in my youth, I read magazines backwards.
In my youth, back when TVs were still in black and white, back when we still just had standard definition.
And it's hard to... I'm trying to remember if I had more hair or less hair. Because whatever hair I lost on the top, I gained in other places.
Yeah.
I think I was just born...
That's getting old, but... I mean,
What's getting old?
No, I mean, that's what getting old is. But,
You're getting old.
I know that. I'm older than you.
Your jokes are getting old.
I don't mean that's getting old. I mean, that's what getting old is like. Yeah, you get hair in places.
Yeah. That was from Harry... I think, wasn't that from When Harry Met Sally? He complains, goes to bed and says, I'm getting hair in places. I didn't know I had places. It was one of his movies. It might have been the Paris, the one with Paris, where he was a referee. Did you see that one?
Yeah.
I think that's the one where he...
I think I saw that with a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that with a girl and thought it was terrible. So was the girl.
I don't know what movie we're talking about.
It had Deborah Winger in it also.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Yeah,
that's the one I'm talking about.
Can't think of the name of it.
Well, I just remember that line. I thought that was hilarious. Of getting hair in places I didn't know I had places. Because that is me. Who knew? I gotta spend 20 minutes getting hair out of my ears. It's ridiculous.
Well, that sounds like a lot of hair.
Why? Why did God do that? I mean, it's gotta be a joke. He has to be laughing his ass off up there. I mean, when he decided to give us free will, I think he was just like, okay, you guys, I'm going to give you free will. Let's see what happens.
It's Forget Paris is the name of the movie.
I almost said Last Tango in Paris, but I knew that wasn't it.
Last Tango in Paris. Have you ever seen Last Tango in Paris?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Is it...
I mean, number one, it's a movie classic. It is the first rated X movie ever.
What?
It got rated X back in the day. In the 70s when it came out.
If they knew what rated X was today.
No, that's why. It's, like, full of sex.
Oh, okay.
Like, they're naked, like, 3/4 of the movie. And it was... That's why it was rated X. They're like, we need to come up with something more than R, because people think they might see, a couple of shots of people, bare-chested women and maybe some bullets and stuff. But Last Tango in Paris was, first of all, it was like not an American film, so it was made differently. But it's come out since then that
so it's a pornographic classic.
Well, it's not like adult film. It's like what NC-17 would be today. Okay. Yeah. It's like what NC-17 is. So but over the years, the girl, she was pretty young when the movie was made, came out. It basically kind of ruined her career because there's a scene in the movie where I don't know how to say this without being crude.
You can bleep it.
From behind.
Okay.
But in her ass, like anal sex. And he grabs some butter and he lubricates her ass with butter. He says, "Go get the butter." But
you could say hoo-hoo, ninny, and
no, those are all words for the vagina. We're not talking about the vagina. We're talking about butt stuff. But there's that scene, but it wasn't in the script that was going to happen. So the director Bernardo Bertolucci and Marlon Brando, like, basically forced her into this, and she was never the same again. Like, there's in the scene she's crying and screaming and saying no, and
okay,
it wasn't fake.
I was almost gonna watch it till you said that. No,
well, that's the thing. It's like it's one of those movies that now is sort of like, it feels wrong to watch.
Yeah, I can't watch that now.
But when I saw it, the first couple of times I saw it, I did not realize. I mean, I saw it maybe 15 years ago. I did not know that story. I thought it was just all acting, and it's a beautiful movie. It's got great characters, great story, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but now that I know that, I can't.
It's tainted by,
yeah,
like, they call it cinematic rape, is what they called it.
Yeah, I can't watch it now.
Yeah. So that's, believe it or not, is not what we're here to talk about.
Oh.
Yeah, cinematic rape and Marlon Brando movies from the 70s.
Welcome to this episode of Movieisms.
Ass! Butt stuff.
Butt stuff.
That's the name of this episode. A simple plan / butt stuff.
Not so simple.
Not so simple. So, yeah. So.
Wow. I mean, with a name like Last Tango in Paris, I think
we're back on this
Casablanca and I'm thinking black and white classic or something. I'm not thinking butts. Okay.
I'm not thinking butts.
Let's move on, because it was funny. Now it's sad. Now let's just get somewhere in the middle.
That's what I do best. You know that. You've read my screenplays. I take normal situations and make them more depressing.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, uncomfortable. Yeah.
I think that's my job, to make everything uncomfortable.
You make everything annoying.
Oh, yeah.
I make everything more depressing. These people haven't read any of my screenplays, though, so they don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah. So it was an off week. There's not really any movies out that we wanted to do a full review of, so we decided that we'd, believe it or not, we do see movies from time to time that we don't end up talking about on our show because, like we've said before, we love movies, so we'll go watch movies. I saw a couple of movies this time around that we have not talked about. I
have an on-demand pick I'm going to recommend.
Oh,
too.
One of those shitty movies that you're the only one that'll watch.
Good movie.
Yeah, what's the name of it? Has anyone heard of it?
Probably not, because it was an on-demand thing, but it has a lot of stars in it.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll tell you about it later. It's got. Yeah. After I tell you about it, you're gonna want to watch it.
Yeah. Apparently not, though, because I'm a snob who won't watch anything.
Well, you started out. Let's see. That's how you started. you're like, oh, it's crap. And I haven't even told
No. Your track record on this show, when you bring up your on-demand things, it's always
just
shitty
because
movies.
of Mom and Dad.
It's not even Mom and Dad. It's everything you've mentioned no one's ever fucking heard of.
Oh, well, that's why I mentioned them. That's the point.
Yeah, but that's...
I'm picking them because I think no one's heard of them, and that they're either interesting.
Most of the time, there's a reason that a general audience hasn't heard of a movie, and it's because it's
really,
yeah.
Mr. Independent Filmmaker.
Yeah, why haven't they heard of our movie?
It's not.
Yeah, it's not done yet. That's
it's
the main.
Not done yet. Yeah, it's not. Shit.
But I'm not talking about small independent movies. I'm talking about movies with people in it that get made.
Okay, you dug a hole I don't think you can get out of. Let's just...
No, I'm just saying, like, there's a reason people hadn't heard of Mom and Dad.
It's still fun. It's
fun what?
To watch.
What does that mean? Fun what?
It's fun to see parents want to kill their kids.
I actually cannot enjoy watching... What's his name?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage spiraling downward.
So you don't want to see the Mandy movie. I want to see it.
I don't know about Mandy.
It looks crazy.
I do have a... Is that the horror movie?
Yeah, sort of a horror movie. More like a bad acid trip.
Yeah. That looked interesting to me. However, my problem is Nicolas Cage is in a sort of a downward spiral, and it's hard watching movies where he's in it because I'm thinking the only reason he's in this is because he's...
I saw an article where he said, I know that I'm in a lot of direct-to-video B movies, and I'm okay with that.
But why is he okay with it?
I don't know, because he's getting paid, I guess, and he's still relevant.
How much is he getting paid, though? How much? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud. I'm just spitballing here.
If I was an actor,
but
I
why?
Would be,
yeah, but he was Nicolas Cage. He was making $20 million a movie. He's not making more. That. He's not making that to go be in Mom and Dad.
No.
Or Mandy.
But come on, I bet he did Mom and Dad because it was fun.
Maybe he's getting a percentage of the...
That's another thing, too.
Yeah, maybe he's getting a percentage of the sale, the distribution or whatever. I don't know. I'm not judging. I have a hard time watching it. Because what was this movie I saw? I saw a movie that had him in it, and he was the worst I'd ever seen him. It's like he wasn't even trying. Yeah,
but you like Leaving Las Vegas. That has Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that has Nicolas Cage, and that's before he went off the deep end.
I'll get off this tangent in a second, but Family Man.
Go ahead and talk about your movie. Talk about the movie you're going to bring up since we're already on.
Family Man is a great Nicolas Cage movie. What did you think of that?
Is that the Christmas movie?
Yeah.
I thought it was okay.
It's a Brett Ratner movie, back when Brett Ratner made good movies.
Back before Brett Ratner was a creep.
Oh, he's a creep now?
Oh, yeah, he's I don't remember what his specific story was, but the Me Too thing, he's one of the ones that people had problems with. Yeah, I don't know what he did. I just know that he's, Wow,
that is a funky looking person. Okay, so you want me to just jump to my thing and then do your thing? My thing is called Terminal. I don't think anyone's heard of this because I just saw it on Hulu and didn't know anything about it. It has Margot Robbie, who is was she playing Joker's girlfriend? Who is that? Harley Quinn. I can't remember things. I should. Simon Pegg, which you might think, I'm not a big fan of Simon Pegg. But
again, you're just summing me up. I like Simon Pegg.
Look at Dexter Fletcher. I don't know who Dexter Fletcher is, but he looks like he's on drugs or something.
Maybe he is.
Okay, Mike Myers. We haven't seen Mike Myers in a movie in a long time.
Yeah.
So I saw Margot Robbie and Mike Myers, and I said, I'm watching this. Whatever's going on, I'm watching it.
Here's why I think I remember it, because there's the movie called The Terminal, which had Tom Hanks in it.
Oh, yeah. Which is okay. It's a little slow and boring, but it's good.
It's a good one.
I don't know if you ever heard of director Von Stein. He wrote this as well. Von
Nope.
Stein. Okay, let me see if you recognize anything he's done. Known for World War Z and Sherlock.
Sherlock, the TV show?
Movie. I guess the first Sherlock Holmes. He didn't direct it, though. I guess he wrote it. Mm-hmm. Alright, so this guy hasn't done much, which I guess is why it didn't get promoted. Okay, I'm gonna read the thing. In the dark heart of a sprawling anonymous city, Terminal follows the twisting tale of two assassins carrying out a sinister mission. Alright, so Margot is like an assassin, but she's like smarter than everyone else. Mm-hmm. So it's a bunch of people. There's one guy, Simon Pegg's a guy who wants to die, basically. I think he has cancer or something, and he doesn't want to wait. And, what's that guy's name? I just looked at his name. I'm so bad with names. Mike Myers. He plays like a janitor person who's sort of sagacious in a way. Like he's connected to everyone and everything that's going on, but you don't quite know how or why. He's just playing dumb in a way as the janitor in this area where everything's going on. So it's pretty cool, actually. And it's one of those stories that you, even as smart as we are and as many movies as we've seen, and it's all the same thing, you don't... There's some... Well, I can't say that. There's some revelations that you're not... you don't see coming necessarily. Or you might see coming, but I don't know.
Do you mean you paid attention from beginning to end and you didn't see it coming? Or you were cleaning house, throwing away the trash, cooking your thing, and you missed stuff just because it happened while you were out of the room?
You think you know what's going on. You think it's about over, and then
you come back from...
Then you find out that's not what it was, and that's something else. And
you come back from warming something up from the microwave for 5 minutes, and now you've missed something?
No. It's got like three different times where I thought it was like the end, and I knew what was going on, and then I ended up, nope, that's not what it was. It's good. It's not M. Night Shyamalan twists, but...
Is it a thriller or drama?
I would say thriller, but drama, because it's like drama thriller, but more twisted thriller. Like, Margot Robbie plays a really good twisted person. Like, she wants to help this guy kill himself. And it's weird. You watch her be manipulative and manipulate all these guys into, I don't know, killing each other, I guess? It's pretty cool.
I hope they don't make any more Suicide Squad movies.
I do too.
I was watching it. I saw the first 10 minutes and I thought, I wish they didn't make this.
What is DC? You're going to get me on a tangent. Like, the whole DC Universe thing is just... It's been downhill since the Dark Knight... I mean, Dark Knight movies are great, but after that it's like, what is going on? Okay. Okay. You and I both love... freaking... What's his damn name? I hate my brain. I'm old. Mike Myers. Damn it.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, everyone listening may not be aware that the guy on the Gong Show, hosting the Gong Show, is Mike Myers.
I think you're the only one that watches that show.
Then how is it still on?
I've not seen ever one commercial for it. I knew of it.
You don't watch TV, that's why.
But you can't get away from commercials anywhere. Facebook, Twitter, they're all commercials. CNN even has little highlights from shows in their like wasting time section, CNN.com.
That's how you see TV is in your wasting time section of your brain.
No, I'm just like when you're going through the entertainment stuff on CNN, like if you're just clicking around.
Like people do, which I don't. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but you're like everybody does. You're the one that doesn't.
I think I'm more like most people.
No
one clicks on it.
People do click on it. Otherwise, that's where the obvious stuff comes from. Because why would CNN do that and keep doing it and put commercials in front of their things if people weren't doing it?
Okay. Anyway.
You didn't even know.
I'm not the
Yeah, but Mike Myers, Gong Show, great. What about it?
People that watch America's Got Talent watch the Gong Show. People that watch variety shows watch it. Whatever. Why do you make me feel dumb for watching things? I'm not the only
that's
one.
on you.
It's Mike Myers.
Just because I have an opinion doesn't mean your opinion makes you dumb.
I will watch anything with Mike Myers.
It is dumb, and you are dumb for watching it. But I'm not trying to make you feel dumb. Dude, I think Mike Myers is a genius. I think he's brilliant, and there's something weird about him where he can disappear into a role, and he just enjoys that.
Yeah.
So I have not watched The Gong Show. I've seen clips of The Gong Show, mostly because I'm thinking I would just be so distracted by looking for Mike Myers inside of that guy. He's playing the guy who was the original host of the show. He's playing
Oh, really?
The guy who was the host of that show. That you don't know anything. You
remember
don't know
seeing...
shit about shit.
I remember seeing the comedian with the squinty eyes and the scratchy voice, and he's talking like this all the time.
What are you talking
the
about?
Comedian. What's his name? I hate me. I can't remember names. Who is that comedian? He hosted the Gong Show maybe in the 90s or something, after that other guy you're talking about. Wasn't that guy crazy or something? Or like in the CIA, wasn't there a movie about the guy who hosted the Gong Show who was secretly in the CIA or something?
It's called Good Night and Good Luck. Yeah, that's that guy. He's playing that guy. Mike Myers is playing that guy. His name is Chuck Barris. Chuck Barris swore he was So Mike Myers is not just playing some random dude. See, you don't know anything. He wasn't not playing that random dude. He's playing that guy. I know more about this show, and I've never watched a fucking episode of it.
I've watched it since I was a kid.
Yeah,
and I even knew that guy was in the CIA.
You didn't even know that Mike Myers was playing a version of that guy. I
didn't know that he was playing a version of that guy.
That's the thing. He's not just making that up. He's being that guy.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
And just because I don't know one thing, you just say, you don't know anything.
It's a pretty big thing. It's like the whole reason for the show. It's not just like one thing.
Okay, I'm not the kind of person that, this movie's coming out or this TV show's coming out. Let me Google and research everything there is to know about the freaking show. I just want to go watch it.
I didn't Google everything about the show.
Whatever. Oh, you probably found it on CNN, and then like, oh, by the way, blah, 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 and then fucking...
I don't know where I saw it.
Whatever. You're on your phone all the damn time. That's stupid.
You know, the new OS says... the new OS gives you a time on how long you're on your phone.
Yeah.
I was like 6 hours this week. Like, from Sunday to Sunday, I only used my phone for 6 hours. So, talking about being on my phone all the time, what's yours?
Probably like 2...
No.
I'm never on it.
You use your phone for everything. Like
you don't mean
even
internet?
emails, like email.
But I'm really never on my phone. Except for doing show stuff. I'm better than you. Just admit it.
Okay, so the movie I saw...
Talk about your movies real quick, because we're like 40 minutes in.
The movie I saw was A Simple Favor, which... I was not sure how it was going to be.
It looked like it was going to be Gone Girl with women or something.
Well, Gone Girl was Gone Girl with women.
No, Gone Girl with 2 women, not a woman and a guy. Anyway, go ahead.
So it's based on a book called A Simple Favor. And it's directed by Paul Feig. It's got... It's got what's her name? Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively in it. But it also has the guy who played the main guy character in Crazy Rich Asians, playing the husband of Blake Lively. So it's what's weird about this is they promoted this thing as from the darker side of Paul Feig, who's done mostly comedies. Like his last movie, I think, was like the Ghostbusters remake. But he's made a lot of Melissa McCarthy movies, and you know he's made successful comedies. Yeah. I'll just put it like that.
Melissa McCarthy has a couple of decent movies.
Except for when he did the Ghostbusters remake. That wasn't a successful comedy. That wasn't successful or a comedy. It was just...
You and I are both like feminists. Like we're like go girl power and all that.
Yeah, I didn't dislike the movie because it had women in it. I disliked it because it was bad.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, make another movie with all girls in it instead of trying to rehash things that have already been made with all men. That's not equality. That's chasing men. Yeah, that's, you know.
I also feel like that's like, let's remake Psycho with all women. that makes as much sense.
That's a good idea. Actually, no, I wouldn't. No. I just think you should stay away from Hitchcock. Don't remake anything Hitchcock did.
So just quit remaking.
Do
another movie in that world. Okay, go ahead.
So this movie is weird though because it's not really dark side. It's not like when they say dark side, I expect something like Seven or David Fincher or something bleak and dark. It really is what if the people in a Paul Feig movie had worse things happening, like serious things happen to them instead of comedy. They don't play it for comedy, they play it for serious. So it looks like a Paul Feig movie. It's like got the same comedy lighting and everything that the cinematography kind of looks the same. So it's not bad. That's not bad, but it doesn't look like something like when you say from the darker side of, you expect it to be a little more like thriller-ish.
Yeah.
But it's not really like a thriller at all. It's like an Anna Kendrick movie that has murder and people disappearing in it. So Anna Kendrick is adorable as always.
They hint in the trailer that she didn't really disappear, where the kid says, Mom says hi or something.
There's a lot going on in the movie where people, for a while, they think they hear her or see her or
dead or not dead. You're like, what's going on?
Yeah. And
is it worth people seeing? You said you thought I might like it.
First of all, I really liked it. However, I'm a snob and I only like things that aren't good, apparently.
No, you only like pristine, perfect things is the point.
But I enjoyed it. I thought Anna Kendrick is adorable as always. She's the character that she's playing is very much like the Anna Kendrick we see when she goes out and does like an interview on Jimmy Fallon.
Every time
fall in love with her.
Yeah.
You just fall in love with her. She's great. Blake Lively is also very, very good in the movie, and so is the husband. The three main characters are really good, and it is an interesting, twisting, turning, like mystery. Like this woman disappeared, and we don't know why.
Is it better than Girl on a Train? Have you seen Girl on a Train?
I saw Girl on a Train. My problem with Girl on a Train is that I read the book and loved it, and the movie was kind of like a sketch of the book. But not really. So I didn't dislike it. I thought Girl on a Train was good.
Oh, okay.
But it's like Girl on a Train, except it feels more like it should be funny. Like Girl on a Train is like serious and dark, and she's got alcohol problem and she drinks too much and there's like weird shit going on that she doesn't really understand. This is what if Anna Kendrick was in Girl on a Train. The Girl on the Train. She's bubbly. She's bubbly. And she's got a vlog that she does about being a good mom and cooking and stuff like that. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was good, especially since I was in the middle of my drought. Like when is interesting movie going to come back out again, because everything had been sort of meh for like a few weeks. now we're getting into my season, like the serious, and I realize they comes with a lot of pretentiousness to it, but like the more thoughtful drama, indie film, less about how much money we can make and more about telling like thought-provoking stories. And I realize that there's no money in telling well thought out, thought-provoking stories, but I still like to watch them.
Okay,
so Simple Plan
sounds like 3.5 stars.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, if I was gonna give a star rating, it would be in that realm.
Okay, not quite a 4, but better than a 3.
Yeah, definitely better than a 3. I would give it a 4.
Okay.
Yeah, the other movie I saw is a documentary by Michael Moore, who, and I know when I say Michael Moore, the reaction that you have, and honestly, I had the same reaction to Michael Moore. I don't always love the guy. He can be very what's the word?
Self-serving, pretentious, narcissist.
No, none of those things. That's Donald Trump,
That is very true.
Who he did the documentary about. Snotty. I keep thinking of the word snotty. Like what a piece of
But he's better than everyone else. Yeah.
None of those words are it. But he does, so he comes off sort of like, anyway. So the documentary...
Can I ask you real quick, why, there's something called Farenheight 9/11, so he's doing a reverse on that. Remind me what Farenheight 9/11 was?
Farenheight 9/11 was his documentary about George Bush and the September 11th attacks. Okay. Fahrenheit 11/9 is a reference to November 9th, which is the day that Donald Trump got elected president.
Okay. I just thought he was just trying to come up with clever names, but that's interesting. Okay.
So I think, though, that part of the reason, like I was talking to somebody this weekend who was he's a government teacher. He teaches American government. And he didn't even know that there was a documentary out. He'd seen all the Michael Moore stuff. We talked about it. And when I said, have you seen Fahrenheit 11/9, he thought I was talking about Fahrenheit 9/11. Mm-hmm. So I think naming it Fahrenheit 11/9 didn't really do him any favors.
Yeah.
But, so this documentary is probably the first time I saw a Michael Moore documentary that did not make me want to punch the guy in the face.
Yeah.
Michael Moore, I've loved every movie not every movie. I've loved most of his documentaries.
Obnoxious. That's the word you were looking for.
It's not the word I was looking for.
But that's what I think when I watch him.
That's what I think when I think about you.
Oh, God.
But I never see a Michael Moore documentary. I never see a Michael Moore documentary where I feel inspired by it. It's the most inspiring Michael Moore documentary ever. And it's weird because it's enveloped by Donald Trump got elected president, and here's how bad it is. He actually thinks Donald Trump is going to get elected for a second term.
I do too.
And
I mean, if it could get as bad as Donald Trump getting elected, then it could definitely get worse.
But in the middle, there's this whole section about all the grassroots efforts of people that are running for office that maybe never would have.
Because they're like in opposition, in order to make up for all the crap all of us have to.
And honestly, he focuses, I think it's like on 3 or 4 different women who decided to run for office and won their seats.
So maybe there's some good coming out of bad.
Right. Well, that's how he frames it. But this documentary is not all about Donald Trump. It's not Trump bashing. It really isn't. And I was surprised to see that because the documentary got promoted as it's the Trump documentary, but it's not the Trump documentary. It has the framing, like I said it's got the framing of the Trump thing, but a lot of time is spent on how there's no drinkable water in Flint, Michigan for years now.
Yeah, Michael Moore. I'm kind of upset that we just forget things like that, and it's like that should be constantly.
You know who else is upset about it? The people in Flint, Michigan. Yeah.
we should not be allowed to forget that shit until it's fixed, because that's just ridiculous.
Michael Moore is from Flint, Michigan, so all of his documentaries, well, not all of them, but many of his documentaries go all the way down to, well, how's this affecting Flint? And he's always got an interesting story. The guy can be annoying, the guy can be self-righteous, and the guy can be smug. That's the word I was looking for. Oh. Smug. But this time, I feel like he's not as smug in this. He's not in it as much. It does not become all about him the way it did in, like, was the Bowling for Columbine, where he goes and gets a gun from the bank. Remember that scene where if you sign up for a new account, if you sign up for a new bank account today, we'll give you a free shotgun. You don't remember that scene? So he walks in. Now. So he walks in and says, "I'm here for my free shotgun," and he fills out the thing for a new account, and they give him a shotgun. I mean, he's just showing America's obsession with guns.
Well, that was Bowling for
Columbine, which is about the Columbine.
Yeah.
So anyway, this documentary is interesting if you can sit through, and I was debating whether or not I wanted to sit through an hour and a half of, like, political stuff that was going to piss me off, honestly.
Well, when you talked about possibly seeing it, I immediately came back and said, no! Because the way you react whenever, even just offhandedly, I might mention Trump, or just Trump comes up, you go from 1 to 10, and then you're just an hour-long conversation about Trump. So I was thinking, no, this will just be toxic for you.
It's not even Trump. Trump is the symptom, okay? It's people's attitude towards other people. Yeah. Like, the level of intolerance and hate, I guess you could even say on both sides. But racism, sexism, all the intolerance of people who aren't white, church-going Republicans, all the other people are less. And I just have a problem with it. And Trump is not, he's like fanning a flame more than anything. Yeah. He's just saying stuff he thinks people are going to he's saying stuff that he thinks people are going to get pissed off about, or that's going to, like, strengthen his group of people that get fired up.
Yeah.
About it. And it just, anyway, yeah. I don't know how much of this conversation is going to make it in our show.
I figure everything, you're going to cut all the anti-Trump stuff out because...
So if you ever liked Michael Moore documentaries like Roger and Me, Bowling for Columbine, Sicko, I think was his documentary about the healthcare system, you will like this. It's a Michael Moore documentary, and the thing about him is he is very smart. The way it's interesting how he tied things in. It's actually, there's a section in the middle, 3/4 of the way through, where I was inspired. I was actually inspired. I was sitting there thinking, I'm going to go run for office as soon as this documentary is over. And then, I get out and I realize that I don't really know. I'm thinking, what if I did run for office? I'm sitting there thinking, I don't know enough about anything. I don't really feel. But in the documentary, so the documentary does its job. And the people, there were like 5 other people in the theater. There are sections in this documentary where people gasp and go, "What?" I heard people, and the lady next to me go, "What an asshole!" And I just thought it was funny. What an asshole! And she just was like we're talking right now. What an asshole!
Well, you said that if you like other Michael Moore documentaries, you like this one. But I think the point you were making earlier is that even if you tend not to like them, this is one of the more uplifting, better ones.
I don't know if it's uplifting because...
Well, you said you were inspired.
Yeah, 3/4 of the way through.
I'm never inspired in the other ones. I'm always depressed.
I know, 3/4 of the way through. And then at the end, like the people that were leaving the theater, this old people behind me, this older couple was like, the guy said, "That was good." He's like, "I'm really depressed now, but it was good." And she goes, "Yeah, it did its job." And they're laughing, eating their popcorn on the way out, But so I mean, it is depressing thinking about how politically, what's the word, polarized the country is, and how more and more people are getting more and more extreme, and it's like you have to agree with people on all 10 points. And if you agree with them on 9 out of 10, you're an asshole. Unfollow me on Facebook. I can't be friends with you because we disagree on the one thing. It's like everybody's just, it's like pissing contests. And instead of listening or, doing it, everybody's stuck in broadcast mode, as we would used to say.
Broadcast, yeah. You're sending, not receiving.
Yeah. So, but the documentary is good. In fact, I can't even call Michael Moore movies documentaries because they are more political. They're more like essays.
That's what that was my point earlier, and when we talked off mic, is that documentaries are usually more unbiased. Usually, you have this side and that side, and you let the viewer make the decisions. But yeah, Michael Moore movies are always this is what is the reality, and if you don't agree with me, you're wrong. It's usually like that.
Well, his movies are more like essays. His documentaries are more like essays than anything. They're educated essays because he goes into a whole bunch of stuff that is fact-based, and they're using actual archive video, and people are saying and doing the things that he's not making it up, but he is making a point more than he is teaching you about something.
Right, yeah.
So I if you like Michael Moore movies, it's a good one.
And even if you don't, you might want to check it out.
Yeah, so that's it.
You can't really give it a star, I don't think.
No.
How do you rate a documentary?
No,
it's a 5-star documentary.
I would say it's a 4-star Michael Moore movie.
Well, yeah, based on what you're saying, that's what it sounds like. Okay.
Yeah, so that's it. So, this week we're going to go see... I
can't wait.
I cannot wait to see A Star is Born. The thing is, also Venom comes out.
Which is my thing. But I want to see A Star is Born just as much. Because I fear I'm going to be so disappointed by Venom, I almost don't want to see it. So I'm really looking for A Star is Born to fill that void that we've had in our movie lives.
Yeah.
And man, Lady Gaga is beautiful.
I know.
Never knew how beautiful she was until I started seeing trailers for this
until
movie.
she took off all the Gaga makeup.
Take off the Gaga. She's great.
Yeah. I'm really excited about it. It's getting nothing but good reviews and hype. Not hype, but psyched. People are psyched for it.
I didn't look. Is Venom getting good reviews?
I haven't looked at Venom yet. So the other movie that's coming out is Venom, and every time I see a trailer for it, I am less and less sure about it.
Yeah, the only thing great about it so far is that what's his name is acting it. He did Bronson.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
I'm looking up Rotten Tomatoes because I want to see what they rated it. Smallfoot? Yeah, Hellfest is 38%, as we thought. That's
higher than I thought it would be. You're talking about Tom Hardy, Brad.
Tom Hardy, yeah.
Yeah, who is a great actor that I don't want to get sucked. I don't want to get sucked into the franchise machine, and you never see them do an interesting movie again.
If it's decent at all, he will get sucked into it. He's already agreed to more.
Brad, even if it's not good, we'll still have to keep seeing them because they make them whether we want. They find a sweet spot for how much money a movie can make, even if it doesn't do well, and they make it for that amount of money, and then they come,
Yeah.
Same thing with the Alien movie. Just in a few years, the Alien movie, not Alien, Predator.
It's got a 96% on want to see, but doesn't really have a rating.
Yeah. That's not a good sign, by the way. Anytime there's not a...
you think they've held back the pre-release of the movie so that people can't...
So anytime that you're less than a week away from a movie coming out, and the critics haven't been writing reviews on it, that means they haven't let people write reviews on it yet.
No.
So 98% people want to see it, but
Don't.
there's no critics. Critics haven't seen it.
I want it for like 15, 20 years.
Doesn't mean it's going to be bad. However, it doesn't look good.
This is the movie I dreamed about as a kid, man.
Well,
and it's already wrong because it doesn't have Spider-Man in it.
If this is the movie you've been dreaming about since you were a kid, you've got bad taste because apparently it's bad, and it's a PG-13. I just saw. So it was supposed to be rated R. They shot it as a rated R movie.
Yeah, it's like cutting off Wolverine's claws.
But the studio pushed hard for a PG-13, so they, I guess, went back and fixed it so that it's PG-13. Which also doesn't make me... Because they know PG... Here's the thing. Here's what I think. I think the studio saw it, didn't like it, and thought, well, it's rated R. On top of not being good... It's rated R, so it's going to make even less money. So now we've got to PG-13 this movie, so more people will be able to see it.
Don't they realize that all the teenagers, if you make it rated R, then they want to see it even more because their parents say no? It's when you make it that you're not. When you say you're not supposed to see it, then you want to see it more.
Yeah, but rated R movies don't do as well at theater.
But...
That's why there's less rated R movies.
All right, so we've already decided Venom's going to suck. The Star Wars Born's going to be great.
I'm just saying what I think. Anytime there's no reviews out, there's not. It's not a good sign.
I don't show emotions, but I'm getting emotional over this movie. Okay.
Well,
I do show emotions. They're just regret and disappointment
and sadness and shame. On that note, we'll see you next week. No, if you agree, disagree, if you're excited, what do you think about Venom? Well, I'm not sure yet. I'm on the fence.
Doesn't anyone have an opinion? If you're listening to the show, even if you want to say Brad is crap, please let us know because that would be hilarious to read on the show.
We'll have our whole mean tweets about Brad.
I'll read it out loud. Troll us all you want, please.
Movieisms@gmail.com. Again, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Check us out. We will be back next week with probably a Star is Born review.
And I'm going to see if Michael let me squeeze in Venom. Okay.
All right. Well, that's it. See you next time.
The real, the end.
The real, the end. Okay. Bye. Movieisms is a production of Super Mega Ultra Entertainment and is produced by Michael Beckemeyer and Bradley Kingston. If you'd like to find out more, follow us on Twitter or Instagram. And make sure you click like on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/movieisms. If you're enjoying this podcast, please take a moment and give us a 5-star review in iTunes. It only takes a minute and it helps us out more than you can imagine. Thank you very much, and until next time, we'll see you at the movies.